See, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. We see the amongst the apostles and elders agree most and do well, our teachers, our apostles in the truth, and we see salutations, so they came out to the push and the word and the truth and say the day in and the out, constantly in season and season, we see Shalom. Once again, going into a video here, and this basically touch on a point, about how when a rich man speak, how people listen to him, no matter if he's speaking shit, no matter if he is speaking things that to deceive you and so forth. Just because of the money that he have and because he's a rich man, they listen, they uphold what is he saying. I was sparked that I was having a conversation with two people, right? And we was talking about Elon Musk. And one person jumped up and say, I wonder why people is hacking on to Elon Musk and these guys so much when you can literally see these guys have plans under low plans, meaning that the evil that they want to do. And I tell him, I say, it's because when I remember the scripture here, I tell him, I say, hey, when a rich man talk, the people listen because it's the money, it's because he's rich, because he had a stats and a riches and so forth. They listen to him because they go believe now that everything that he say they have to uphold, because obviously with the money, Jake and money, you understand? Once they had that money, they abide by a hardcore. Right, so let me just bring on the scripture here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13, verse 23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look, what he had said, they extol it to the clouds. And that is basically what we're having the conversation about. And I was telling him, I say, because he's a rich man, you understand? He could say anything, and people go hold it. People go hold it like if it's a sure word. You understand? Just because he's a rich man, Because when you ask majority of the people in around the world, what it is Elon Musk does do, they cannot answer you. There's be sharing he quotes, there's be putting up videos of him talking about this and that, But when I ask them what is he really doing, going into like how he doing programming and trying to make humans humans and technology go hand in hand and so forth, and he's one of the main men that's promoting the microchips, right? Now, these one was saying is things that they wouldn't know about, but they just share other things that he be saying. Because why? Because he is what we considered one of the richest man in the world. He always fluctuating around number 1 and 2, and with that status, they uphold what he say. You understand? He could say any bullshit, and they will hold it because of why him being that rich person. Being a rich man. The scripture say, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he had said, they extol it to the clouds. And I say they extol it to the clouds. That was say he could be all right. For example, when he was talking about the chips, he was telling people to go help them. He go help a paralyzed man. He go do this. He could do that, and so forth. And people extol that to the clouds. Why? It's because of the wealth that he have, the wealth that he accumulate, and so forth. That is what they watch. They don't really care. You see it with plenty of these jakes. You understand? When these celebrities, these rappers, and all of them speaking, why they just uphold what the rapper say? It's because of the wealth that they have. You understand? Not because they're saying something good. It's just because they what we consider that rich man. And he has also said with plenty of these rich men literally come out to say bullshit, and these people still uphold it. Why? Because of that status that they have. Right? So it says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he had said. They extol it to the clouds. Right? They extol it to the clouds. Now when you look up when you look at the word extol, right? It say extol, to praise. And that's what the praise whatever it is he's saying. That rich man saying, they praise it. You understand? It say to the clouds in it. It say to raise. The extol is to raise. Right? It said to praise highly, to glorify. Right? To praise highly and to glorify. You understand? So that is what they do with that rich man words. Even though he be saying bullshit, they extol it to the clouds. They uphold it, because sometimes you're having a conversation with someone and you hear them say, Elon Musk say this, or TD Jakes say this. And it's basically bullshit the same, but it's because of the wealth that the watch that this man have. They believe what it is he say is considered to be truth, when it's far from the truth. It says, so when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he had said, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help overthrow him. And it's basically see that. You understand? Hey, we had comments would be on the streets saying, what is men? What should they looking and so forth? Because why? Because they consider you poor, but come outside they looking like if you have money and so forth. They go listen to what it is you have to say. And one of the things too is one of the easiest, like even in the business world, one of the easiest marketing strategies is to put forth a man looking like he rich, like if he have an abundance of something, and people go listen. But when you put forth that poor man, they're not going and listen, and then that poor man is who will be speaking the truth. You understand? Right? It's matter of fact, I'm jump up to 22. I jumped to 23, but let me start from verse 22. Nah, I'm gonna go up a little bit. Let me start from verse 20. It says, "As the proud hate humility, so do the rich abhor the poor." Right? And that's the thing. It's the same. It says, "As the proud hate humility, so do the rich abhor the poor. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends." And you see the difference, because again, every majority of them is just watch. 99% of the people is watch the wealth that a man have, because they believe like if they help this man, they can get something from that, not knowing that this man that they go and help is a wicked man. You know, and again, rich is not going to help you any day of wrath. Matter of fact, I should do that video next, right? But as the scripture say, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. As you can see, watch how people just defend these guys online. Watch how people just defend this. They don't know them from nowhere. They don't know these people from nowhere. For example, it's like the Beyonce fans and all of them. They don't know this woman from nowhere. But just because of the wealth and the status she have in this place, they defend she had. You know, you can't say nothing bad. It's the same way with the rest of rich men around this place. When you sort of speak, if one of the things Jake just tell other people is that when you're trying to talk against this guy, you know, they tell, well, he's a millionaire, though. You don't have nothing. So you see, as you say, as a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. You see, when a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers. You understand? And that's the thing. You see, when a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers. And you see that certain things that the rich do, if a poor dude is massacred. Right? You say he speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. And as again, you say why? Because they're watching. You say when a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. And you see that, as I now mentioned certain examples before. You understand? They're saying things that they're not supposed to be saying, speaking things that are not to be spoken. Just because there's a rich person, what they be justified, and men highly justify them. You know, men started to look up. Men all of a sudden, you start to see a man doing research to help this rich man. You know, what he doing is beneficial, and so. You poor, you have nothing. He's a billionaire. You understand? So you see what it is, why the people is flocked to them, because why? The scripture again. The scripture is a lie. Say he speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they have rebuked him. You understand? They say the poor man slipped, and yet they have rebuked him. So the rich man doing worse. You understand? The rich man doing worse, and they justify him. But the poor man, he just make a little slip, and yet they rebuke him. All of a sudden they start to come down on him, they start to think them, you know. They want to correct him. You see, he spake wisely and could have no place. And as you take the poor man, why he speak wisely and no place? Because why? He do have a stature. You understand? But remember, the Lord say he deal with the lowly. You understand? But people in society, they uphold the rich. He say he speak wisely and could have no place. Let's imagine that. The poor man speak wisely and he have no place. They don't even want to hear him. You know? And that is the example I was drawing to the people that ask the question. Is that this it's just the money. When a rich man say something, they listen, they abide. You know, they follow it. Because there's what he started that he have, not knowing how it is he get that the scriptures mentioned, how they get the money and so forth. By deceit. And certain things that they do that to get the money. But again, these people don't want to hear that. They're just watching a man in a suit and tie with being a billionaire and so forth, and that's all they need to hear. And believe everything that he's saying, everything that he's doing is righteousness. You know? Everything that he's doing is right. This is a man that's creating the chip. Brain implants. This is the same man that have his satellites circulate in the world. No matter where he is in the world, his satellites picking up signal. And I was explaining that to them as well. It's just to show you that when they speak, when Irishman speak, people let's listen. Is that he talk about the satellites helping all the people in rough areas, but it's basically, as I was explaining to them, it's basically just the satellite is to connect to his chips, you know. But again, that is as scripture say, never trust thy enemy. But these men do that, you know. I say so verse 24 and right, no, sorry. So yeah, I say, and yet they have rebuked him too. He spake wisely and could have no place. Verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. So they hush them out. They want to abide. You just see it when these rich men speak. You see how much people all of a sudden everybody get quiet. You know, they want to hear. You know, so we need to hear this. It needs to be beneficial. You know, it say, and look what he had said. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So they ain't even trying to. You see, the rich man, you know, he had all his money. He could help back himself, but they try to help the rich man one time. But when a poor man stumble, they want to overthrow him. They want to, you know why he stumble? But let me help make him fall. You know. It says, riches are good unto him that had no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. Right? So it says, riches are good unto him that had no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. So yeah. So this is, as I said, this was sparked from a conversation that I was having with two people. It shows how easy it is to let people abide by what this man saying. Even one of them was watching one of his videos and they was listening to, yeah, you say this one, you say that. So you see how it is they extol a rich man to the clouds. But a poor man would come to tell him something wisely, they didn't want to hear that. As the scripture says, and could have no place. Right? So hey, so with that we give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Nakakodash. We say double apostles and elders agree most on the world of teachers of apostles in the truth, and we say salutations, so the Akim, the pushing wood on the truth and say, din and the out, in the season we say, Shalom.